And he talks about their shopping habits. They're going to the store, they're going to the mall. إِذَا أَنْفَقُوا, when they would spend, لَمْ يُسْرِفُوا, they wouldn't go overboard. They wouldn't spend too much on something. If it's too expensive, it's too expensive. But I can afford it. No, but I know that's overpriced. I'm not going to buy that. I'll find a better deal somewhere. The same thing. You can buy the same thing cheaper somewhere, but you want to go to that department store because you want to walk away with that bag that makes you look like you bought some really expensive stuff. That's israf. If you could have bought the same thing cheaper somewhere else. Israf also means to spend on things that are, that you spend more than you should on things that are actually legitimate. Like clothing is legitimate, but if you spend more than you should, it's a problem, it becomes israf. Okay? Food is legitimate, but if you go to a restaurant that's $100 a plate, that's israf. There's a problem. وَلَمْ يَقْتُرُوا, and they don't shrink. Qatara, to shrink the family budget. Literally, qatara, to hold back the family budget. Meaning to hold back, to take away from the funds that are necessary, because family expenses are a necessary expense. And also, qatara means, qatir is someone, or qatur is someone, who spends, or who refuses to spend even though he has the money, even on essentials. So, for example, on the one hand you have a guy that spends everything, israf. On the other hand you go to groceries, you go with your husband, every time you put a cereal box in the cart, he goes, we have to get that. Do we need all 12 eggs? That sort of thing. Now, if you're like pinching pennies like that, and you're becoming really frugal in that way, overly frugal, this is لَمْ يَقْتُرُوا. وَكَانَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ قَوَامًا, and they find a way to stand and remain balanced in between those two things. They're not cheap, and they're not cheap and like overly, obsessive with their budget, and at the same time, they're not like carefree either. Like, get it, koi baat nahi. It's on me. Not that sort of thing either. وَكَانَ